So first off, the packaging is quite pretty. It comes in this lovely box with a little bit of information on it, and it just slides out like this. Inside this particular set of needlepoint brushes, there are 4 sizes in this set: a 20, a 14, a 10, and a 4. Of course, they're just in this plastic sleeve. And then I always recommend getting rid of the plastic cap and not trying to feed it back on once you've started using your brushes. This particular set on their website indicates that the bristles on the belly are sable, and to my eye, rather than Kolinsky, it looks like red sable, which is a budget-friendly option. And then the needle in the center is synthetic. They do mention that they will shed for the first few uses, so that's something to be mindful of. The brushes are always packed to protect the bristles, so you'll notice that this looks quite rigid. You just have to wash off the sizing that is meant to protect the bristles. So we can do that by gently rinsing in some water, and you can bounce around in the bottom of your cup very, very lightly. You don't want to be too aggressive because, of course, you don't want to snap off or damage any bristles. And you want to do that a few times. So you can even feel with your fingertips that there's a little bit of kind of sliminess, and that just tells you that indeed there's sizing in there, and you can kind of rinse it underwater or just keep bouncing it around very gently in a cup of water. There we go. So I'm going to squeeze that out. I probably won't use the 20, but let's compare this series of brushes to typical sizes found in my line of brushes. So for instance, this brush is labeled as a number 10. This brush is a designer blend in my signature series, and it is a number 10 as well. So you can just kind of tell that the two ferrules are a little bit different in size, and the Fuumuui brush is a tiny bit smaller, more like a typical number 8. But let's take an opportunity to look also at the type of belly that we have here. So as you can see, even though my brush is considered a pointed round, it does not have that crazy needle point that the Fuumuui brush has, and that's the whole point of this brush. And comparing the way they feel, certainly upwards of $60. My number 10 half sable, half synthetic brush does have a heftier weight to it, and these are handcrafted in the UK. The metal piece, the ferrule, feels a little bit more sturdy. They are both double crimped, which is excellent. This definitely is more balanced in the hand and is weightier, but again, there's a much heftier price tag attached to that. With the Fuumuui brushes, you're getting 4 brushes. I think in this set it retails for about $50, so it's still under the cost of one of these brushes. And again, you're really benefiting from the combination of the natural hair in the belly and then the synthetic tip here. So what we can do is just experiment. I'm playing with the number 10 and I'm wetting it, and you can see that the belly swells, so it acts kind of like a reservoir. It's holding the water here, and then the benefit of this little needle is that it will slowly distribute the paint. Now typically, again in my series, a regular rigger or a liner is going to have long bristles, but there are fewer of them, and that sort of consistency in the length and the thickness of the bristles means that it does wear out of paint a little bit faster. So the whole concept behind these needle nose allows you to create really long lasting lines. So if you're doing a lot of script work or calligraphic lines, let's say you're urban sketching or you're doing some tree lines with long branches or lots of grasses, the whole thing with watercolors that you want to work as efficiently as possible and as quickly as possible. So not having to redip and reload your brush is a real asset.